Will the deliberating jurors remain standing? Defendant remain standing? All other parties may be seated.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that 12 deliberating jurors and 6 alternates are present.
Yes.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, have you agreed upon a verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. May I see the papers? Mr. Foreman, have the verdicts been placed in this envelope and have they been in your presence ever since?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number 2282CR117001, murder in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. 002, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Of.
Is not guilty or guilty of that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
So say you all?
Yes. Guilty.
003, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records that you upon your oath say the defendant on 001 is not guilty, on 002 is guilty of operating under the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated. Jurors, we thank you for your service. We're going to send you back. Your service is complete. I'd like to come back and talk to you for a little bit afterwards. So thank you very much.
All rise. Jurors, follow me. Media, please exit the courtroom immediately.
Karen Read?
Not
yet.
Tony,
Hold on,
not yet.
hold on, everyone. Karen Read. Ms. Read, can I have your attention? As required by statute, I must inform you that the records regarding the charges that you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want these records sealed. To request that these records not be sealed, you may use the Request Not to Seal form, which is posted on the trial court's website on mass.gov. I cannot accept the form here in court. You must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. Please be aware that if the records regarding the charges which you have been found not guilty are sealed, you will be unable to access the sealed record of the not guilty dispositions or any other records regarding those charges. If you want copies of any documents regarding those charges before the records are sealed, you should request copies from the court within 10 days. Do you understand? Thank you.
All right, so we need a date for sentencing. Can we do it next week?
And we would be prepared to go forward today.
Okay.
Perhaps we could approach sidebar briefly.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Gianetti, you're ready to go forward today as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, Mr. Brennan, what's the Commonwealth's recommendation?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth moves for sentencing. We recommend probation 1 year 24D program.
So the standard that everybody else gets on a first-time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay.
We ask that you be treated no differently, no better.
So I'm happy to do it. All right. Thank you all.
1 year probation on docket number 002, the lesser included offense of operating under the influence. 1 year probation.
Right, please.
The 24D program. Thank you.
Immediately.
Alan, how do you feel? I feel like $1 million. I feel like an innocent woman was just exonerated and vindicated.
What was this moment like when that jury came out and gave you that verdict?
It was the greatest moment I've ever had as a professional. It was the greatest moment of Karen's life. It was one of the best moments in my life.
What is your message to all the supporters out here?
Freed Karen Read. Freed Karen Read.
No Number one is I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years. And the second thing I want to say is no one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have and my team. Thank you.
So you want to see it reopened? Karen, you want to see the case reopened? Should the case be reopened? No, the case cannot be reopened. This case is over.
That was the moment the crowd outside of court in Dedham heard the verdict. Read was sentenced moments after the verdict was read. She received a 1-year probation.
And you saw it live here on NBC 10 Boston. This was the moment Karen Read walked out of the court to enormous cheers.
At 2:38, the clerk confirmed that there was, in fact, a verdict. Right at 3 p.m. is when the verdict was read. We saw a really emotional outburst from Karen Read and her attorneys, her team around her, her family. We also saw an emotional reaction from the O'Keefe family. Listen, John O'Keefe's family exited the courthouse away from the media, and they left by police escort. Understandably, they were pretty shaken up, we hear. This is the moment that so many folks had been waiting for. This is certainly the moment that Karen Read and her legal team had been fighting for.
This jury just did. So honest. They took their time. They looked at all of the facts. They looked at all of the evidence, and they made the right decision.
What'd you say to your sister? I mean,
just, listen, you just say what you know and what you feel. I love you. We'll be fine. And the verdict comes down, and you hear this crowd out here, erupt. They go nuts, and it was like Mick Jagger just walked on the stage.
Just fabulous. A big relief. I'm so happy we have Karen free from all of this, all of these charges. And we need to get our life back together, and we will. And I thank everybody in New England, everybody for their support in getting behind us, as you can see here today.
Hank came across as a bully and a punk, because he is, and he lost. The Commonwealth spent ungodly amounts of money, of our taxpayer money, for Hank Brennan for a job Adam Lally gets paid to do, and he did worse than Adam Lally. He is a disgrace, and I hope his career is forever destroyed because of this farce that he pulled in this courtroom for the last 9 months. He should be ashamed. It was a surreal, emotional experience. That's the best way I can describe it. When you've invested so much of yourself and your life in one case for the last 2.5 years, become almost part of it yourself by getting your own charges with it, to finally hear those words, not guilty. I mean, I've been dreaming about this, man. I've been thinking about this for so long. But to finally hear them read out loud in court and see the emotion in Karen Read's team just leading up to it. There's 20 minutes in there of just intense feelings, like look of terror and scared, and then it was a happy ending. It was the most emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster, is how I would describe it. And then they said that the DUI charge was a conviction, and it just didn't even matter. It just didn't even care. No one cared, because who cares about a DUI from 3 years ago when no one was hurt? That's the key thing here, is that John O'Keefe was not hit by a car. So if Karen Read drove drunk and didn't hit him, what does it matter? If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, what does it matter? So to hearing those, and you knew at that point the third one was going to be an acquittal. Well, all of these people here think John O'Keefe hasn't received justice because the people who murdered John O'Keefe are out there. They're the McCabe's and the Alberts, and John O'Keefe went into their home and never came out of it alive, and they threw him on the lawn like trash. So I would hope that all of us can unite at this point, now that Karen Read has been exonerated, that all of us can unite and demand that the Alberts and the McCabe's and Brian Higgins be held accountable for what they did to John O'Keefe.
Here's some of that now. The McCabe and Albert families released a statement following the verdict. It reads, quote, "Today our hearts are with John and the entire O'Keefe family. They have suffered through so much and deserved better from our justice system. While we may have more to say in the future today, we mourn with John's family and lament the cruel reality that this prosecution was infected by lies and conspiracy theories spread by Karen Read, her defense team, and some in the media." And this last statement perhaps sums it up best in terms of the way the McCabe and Albert families feel. The result is a devastating miscarriage of justice.
Canton Select Board Chair John McCourt also released a statement saying in part, quote, The town respects the legal process and the role of the jury in weighing the facts and rendering a verdict. We thank the members of the jury for their service and attention over the past several weeks. Today's outcome may bring a sense of release to some and continue to raise questions for others. We encourage members of the community to move forward together, treating one another with respect through civil, constructive dialogue.
How are we feeling?
Relief.
It doesn't feel real, but this is amazing. I'm so proud of Karen for showing little girls everywhere that no matter who you're standing up against, you stand up and you fight. You fight and you tell your truth, and you don't let anyone tell you you're wrong.
And it is extremely frustrating how dismissive Bev has been with requests from the defense.
Having a daughter the same age, knowing that could be me in there.
My brother's going through the same thing, so that's pretty much my drive, honestly.
I feel her. I know exactly what she's going through, and it could be any one of us standing right here.
I hope they go after the people that really did this.
True blue heart, a badge of grace, no shadow you wouldn't face. When fate struck hard and grief cut deep, you chose to stand, not sit and weep. You open wide your humble door, where children found a home once more. There's nothing you wouldn't do to lift the world up that leaned on you. Every heartbeat in this town now marches toward what's right. Justice may lose its footing, yet truth commands the night. Those who shield their secrets, hiding wrongs behind their lies, will meet the light you carried blazing bright across their skies.
His casket as it was carried into a church in Braintree. The 46-year-old was well respected among his peers, and he raised his niece and nephew when his sister and her husband died.
Listen up, sir, and I'll speak slowly so you understand. Michael Morrissey, we ain't got no quit.